So we last left off with you guys pulling up to the halfway point campsite in early evening. As you roll up, there's other tents set up. There's various groups of people still out and about. Some of them look to be getting ready for bed, and there's a group around a campfire. As you pull up, what would you like to do?
How cold is it?
Humid. The jungle doesn't really get cold.
What do we see? Any people like what is everybody doing?
But you do see a couple of groups of people over by tents chatting, just getting stuff figured out and getting ready for bed. And then there is a group around the campfire. It's two younger boys. One of them appears to be human, the other one does not appear to be human. From where you are, you can kind of see that he's got what is that barking noise?
Me.
Got odd set of legs to him. There's a blonde gentleman standing there, appears to be the oldest in the group there. There's a brunette sitting on one of the stumps by the campfire, and you can hear guitar music from where you are. And then there is a gentleman, definitely could tell he's a foreigner because he beholds the appearance of a hog or a boar, and he is talking to somebody that you cannot see in the church.
I'm gonna walk over to the music.
Follow.
So I'm assuming it's here.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna stand right by the fire and listen, sit and listen.
So
Ramiel, you're driving, right?
Yes.
So just set up camp around this cool fire here?
Do we have camping stuff
Hey,
or equipment? You need equipment, chap.
will you just lay on the ground, Sakotu?
Sometimes it's a tree. Other times I just float in the nearest creek.
We've been camping, guys.
Did you just lay on the ground every time we went to sleep?
Yes.
Wow. Earthy.
It's not as comfortable as the water, but it will do.
Down there with the bugs.
All things under the stars are home for me.
Speaking of bugs, I hop out and start rummaging through the foliage for bugs.
Roll, roll survival.
Yay!
You managed to find just a beetle crawling across the tree.
Okay. It.
Ah,
You have fun with that. I will go join Miyako.
A thumbs up from a preoccupied Teyama.
I think it's around 2 hours, the surrounding area.
you're just off scouting around. Alright, so Miyako, you first approached the fire and sat down to listen to the music. You get kind of away from the older gentleman, but he's mostly paying attention to the two children who are being a bit rambunctious and burning up their last bits of energy before bed. And the gentleman playing the guitar just kind of gives you a nod.
What instrument is he playing?
Guitar.
Oh, I know instrument. Hold up.
Remia, when you walk up and sit down by the fire, you more or less kind of get the same head nod from the older gentleman, a nod from the music player, while the kids are just being rambunctious.
Miyako's gonna say to the guitar player, "What are you playing?"
How do I do this voice? Oh my god. Oh my. It's a guitar. Something. Few melodies. My home country.
There's your home country.
A ways away from here. It's a bit of a vacation. Wander a bit. See a bit more of the world. But it's not ready to head back home.
Have you come across the tiny dinosaurs?
That makes him just stop and bark out laughter. Which gets the attention of the other three. He goes, tiny dinosaurs. Tiny dinosaurs. And this definitely catches the younger children. It's like, what? Where?
Yeah, they're mean. Don't we still have some?
I do.
I yell for Sakotu. Hey, Sakotu, didn't you pick up some of those?
You'll have to be a bit more specific than that, darling. I picked up a few things.
Tiny dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Bring them here. I think the kids are interested.
Hi, come over. I pull out one by the head and go, "Oh."
The younger blonde boy just goes, what the fuck?
Immediately, I say, "What's your language?"
You going watch your language just makes the older blonde gentleman just double over cracking up, and the younger blonde just goes, fuck you.
And kneel down closer to him and go, yes, twice.
Mac, I want to, like, bonk him on the head with my fist. I'm not strong.
You are not close enough.
Then I will share. Is it this guy?
The red one.
Yeah. I walk over and just bonk him on the head.
Okay, attack roll.
How do I do that again? The unarmed.
Gosh, why do I never remember it? I think it's just 20
Here,
plus your strength. Just a d20
Okay.
plus your strength. That's all that is.
Alright, so it's...
Oh, that is not what I meant to hit.
Yeah, I am a weakling. I go punk.
So you walk over to this like 12-year-old kid. Why is there a mysterious figure again? That Tayama, from where you're at, you're not going to hear the group conversation, although you will soon start picking up the conversation between the boar-looking gentleman and whoever's in the cart. But Tayama, you walk up to this just 12-year-old kid, and you go to bonk him on the head, and you don't succeed because the older blonde grabs him and yanks him out of the way. And the look you get implies he's very not impressed with you and your actions towards his kid.
I just shrug. Listen, this is not my strong suit to hit. Like, I can hit you and you probably will not feel it.
Well, mate, I still don't appreciate you going after my kid.
Understandable. But at the same time, disrespect deserves some form of punishment, don't you agree?
I understand practices are different around here, where just apparently any elder can correct a child. But where I'm from, that's not a good move, mate.
Okay, I'll respect that. Just go and sit back down.
Oh, God. Go to put yourself on push to talk.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, Lord heaven. It's so choppy.
So what's happening?
Push to talk.
No?
I think Tayama was doing push to talk for a while.
Okay.
It's better now, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Is that better?
Yes. Thank you. Alright, so Tayama, you are searching for more bugs, and you are now close enough to this other carriage that you can hear the conversation going on within the carriage, and it mostly sounds like the gruff boar person is just reassuring whomever is within the cart that he's okay. New place, very different. How do I want to? We'll be heading home. How the As fond as we are of this place, it is time to go home. And you just hear like this disappointed like whine from inside the carriage.
No.
Okay, I want to place a bug inside the carriage. A big bug.
Are you sneak doing this, or are you just being
Yeah.
bold about it?
Nope. I am sneaky. I'm being
Roll stealth. As you just kind of start creeping closer, the boar person's head just goes from just relaxed and talking to whoever's in the cart and just snaps and locks on you in your position as you have gotten a bit too close to the carriage. What do you want?
I definitely am rummaging through the foliage looking for bugs, especially if he's looking at me. I'm looking for bugs.
Persuasion.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be
Deception.
I mean,
Yeah, wouldn't it be deception?
Yeah, roll. Sorry. Sight.
Ooh.
Ooh.
wait. What about performance? Oh no.
No.
Oh,
No.
I don't know.
He's
Hey, I was stealthy. What do you mean?
Yeah, you're lucky his insight isn't that great. He's staring very intently at you. You can feel the weight of his eyes just staring, but he's not saying anything. but he's also not
Do
cooking.
I find a bug?
Roll survival. We'll find another beetle.
Ooh, big fat beetle. Okay. I make a big show of picking it up and going like, ha! And then like skipping out of the forest towards you guys at the fire.
You can
Do we hear the?
continue considering she's being deliberately loud while doing
Oyster?
this. Yeah, you can hear her doing.
I just look towards her direction. Did you find another bug? No!
I throw it at her.
I want to immediately dodge out of the way.
Oh my gosh! Make a dex save. Tayama roll ranged attack.
Oh, what?
So a D20 plus dex?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I have a feeling, yeah. I just barely make it. I'm like,
Yeah. Miyako, you get away. Tayama, your bug is now sadly in the fire.
How pleased.
The children are cackling. The guitar player has stopped playing to just bend over his guitar and his shoulders are shaking. And the older blonde is just smiling.
I feel like he's happy that I am in distress.
So are we staying here for the night? Ramiel?
Probably.
I wouldn't recommend wandering about any further tonight. And that comes from the older blonde gentleman.
What, pray tell, is out there?
Not entirely sure what it is. Not heard it much in my travels. Loud, noxious. Only sounds like it's got too many limbs.
Too many limbs. Curious.
Is it like that thing that we just,
If it's anything like that big white monkey looking dude. We handled that. Eventually.
Eventually, indeed.
Hey, we're alive and not stone.
cockatrice?
Yeah. That all happened in like 2 minutes. All at once. Fun time.
Oh, I had a blast.
No, I mean I got some exercise in.
Yes, it's great to feel the wind in my mane again. As I like brush my hand through my hair that looks like it's in water still.
That sounds so cool. I wish I could like see that. Like literally. Sounds really cool.
Like one day we hire an animator to do that.
Yes.
Dude, yeah, dude. I'll do
I
the
said
voice
one
acting.
day.
Probably be a lot. Oh. Everybody going to sleep?
Yeah, as you guys have chatting, you're noticing that people are vanishing into their various tents. The older blonde gentleman across from you claps his hand and goes, "Alright, off to bed with you, mate." Which, of course, causes whining from the children. The guitar player just laughs, ruffles the hair of the child closest to him, and starts leading him off to the horse and cart, or the horse and carriage, rather, that has the hog gentleman next to it. Come on, we have to get going in the morning. You know, more whining from the kids. They're not thrilled with any of this. Anyway,
Where you guys still?
the older blonde gentleman answers, "We're headed for you and me. general out export place appears to be. Got the boat that brought us here. It's got the boat that'll take us home.
Which direction are they heading?
Not you and me. Izumi.
I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Azuma,
Right.
where we came from, right?
Yeah, Izumi.
Well, you better watch out for tiny, annoying, poisonous birds. Lizards.
Oh,
He just laughs at you shaking the thing. It's like, I've not seen those while we've been here, but certain things tend to avoid Techno. Don't like his smell, apparently.
Well,
a heartbeat now.
What?
Is he stinky?
So much that he's stinky as definitely smells like something they don't want to mess with.
He smells scary?
More like a
What's up?
predator. And with that, he kind of just waves and heads off.
Sure is.
I look at Tayama. Are you as curious as I am?
I'm just hoping that I smell like a predator.
I don't think we do, based upon.
Well, that needs to change.
Yes, everything was in the focus. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's funny. The foxes aren't predators.
You're not big enough predators.
Hi, Kojo. We smell like a bunch of bitches.
We smell like prey.
Not smelling right.
How hell do we smell other than that?
I don't know. I guess that Carillion was not big enough. We need to kill bigger things. And then smear their blood across our chest.
That was dark. But I agree. Let us
just-
bathe in the blood of the other.
I mean, only a little. Not too
Would
much.
not be bathed.
It might be gross. Then we'll need baths. But just a little.
Well, everybody else in the camp has gone to sleep. You guys are free to camp out over by where you've parked your carriage.
I call bed. Just run over there.
Is there any like ponds or anything around?
Not that you can see in the immediate area. There's like tiny like river. Well, not even a river, it's a little tiny creek, stream.
Is it nearby?
It's nearby, but it's not big enough for you to lay down in.
Are we gonna have a long rest with this?
I'll leave that up to you guys.
Sounds like a proper idea.
You do still have 2.5 days of travel.
Ooh.
And you're going to be going past where these guys came from, hearing all sorts of weird noises from something that has too many limbs.
Spell slots. I need spell slots.
I'm gonna try and curl up next to Miyako over here. Like, rudely crawl into the back of the thing and, like, push her over so that I am, like, next to
Only
her.
4'7" and I weigh 95 pounds. I don't know what you want.
I just, like, cuddle up. And
There's plenty of room, but she insists on being snuggle bunnies.
Yeah.
When I lay between them, there must be we must now all snuggle.
No,
body warm.
I don't stop to find out. I just tell them.
Oh god. Why do I imagine Miyako's getting squished and then she just flailing about?
Sakotu, you smell like sea breeze.
Thank you.
Can we stop smelling each other, please, and just sleep? We're all cuddling. Let's go.
I'll pass. I'll sleep out here for tonight.
You're lost. Then I go to sleep.
As sleep best I can, like. Ah!
Alright. You guys. Oh, there's one thing. There we
So wait, like mid passing out, I'm like, hey, those guys caught me sneaking up on.
They caught you?
Yeah, I was looking for a bug to put in there.
A bug, eh?
Yeah, and they're pretty.
go. Alright.
Pretty sharp eyes over there.
I can't hear you anymore, Sam.
Ah!
There we go.
Okay, I passed out.
Alright. You guys take a long rest through the night.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning. It's kind of windy today. Not like horribly windy. It's enough that it's kind of obnoxious. You're waking up. The camp's waking up. Yeah. Children are out and about, being
Is
watched
there a
by
button
the.
for long rest?
Huh?
Is there a button for short and long rest?
Not that I saw, so I just killed it.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of. Various people are out of their tents and moving around. To your surprise, there is a young tiefling boy out this time, and you figure it might be who the boar-looking gentleman was talking to. Very odd-looking, even for a tiefling. They're usually one solid color with maybe different colored hair. This young boy is just straight up split, half and half. Half of him is black, half of him is white. He's got a long, narrow tail with a tuft of fur at the end. He's got horns, just simple horns coming out of his head. His hair is also black and white on the opposite sides of his skin.
Miyako is insanely curious.
I'm not out and bother Ramiel.
He kind of just wants to sneaks up and like touch his like tuft of fur on his tail.
Oh boy, roll stealth. You avoid so many people. Oh boy.
Oh nope, that's Dex. Hold up.
Come here. What is your perception? Alright. Wait, you didn't beat that one. Nope, definitely didn't beat that one.
Oh,
Yeah. As for those,
that didn't sound good.
no, you beat that one. You didn't beat that one. And you didn't beat that one. So, as you are attempting to creep up on this young tiefling boy, all three adults notice you, and they just kind of start watching you. The young blonde boy is completely oblivious. He's too busy shoving some food in his mouth and trying to talk with his mouth full. The little fawn boy does notice you, and he's just kind of got his head tilted in your direction. And as you get fairly close, the tiefling boy suddenly notices you, and he was sitting on the ground, and now he stands up and up and up, and he is 6'6".
Holy shit.
Oh,
He
I just look up. Hi. I, your tail was interesting. I want to touch it real quick. That's it.
he's like, oh, and where he had originally stood up to his full height, he is now like hunched down. His hands are like nervously touching, and he's got his tail like curled around his waist, and he's shuffling his feet in a very uncomfortable manner, which leads the boar gentleman to come over and just pick him up and toss him over his shoulder, and just put him down over here, since he's just so clearly uncomfortable.
I yell.
What?
What?
Like you just go, ah.
The
Someone who is almost 2 feet taller than you just be like, hi.
the young fawn boy, who is about 5'6", just points at you and goes, "Don't touch my future husband."
I just blink. Okay.
The blonde boy, who has now noticed all the commotion, just points at you and starts shouting something, and it's horribly muffled because he had just taken a big chomp of food, and it's just like, "Oh, fuck you!" And he gives you the bird.
Just sigh. I've never seen anything like y'all. You want to see my tail?
The blonde seems to perk up and goes, "Fuck yeah!" The older blonde starts thumping him on the back and gives him some milk from a tin. It's like, "Tommy, don't talk with your mouth full." And Tubbo's just kind of watching you. His little fur covered ears, they're kind of like goat-like in shape, perked up in your direction. And you do notice that he has a little goat tail. It's just wagging.
And I let my tails out, which are, of course, black with a red tip.
How many tails do you have again?
I have 2.
So the
I just crouch down
little
to where, kind of like a frog is how I'm crouched down.
little fawn comes closer to you, and it's just like, "So your guys' tails do like magic, right?"
Yeah,
And he just kind of looks at the tails. It's like, "We see people with 5 tails. Why do you only have 2?"
because I'm really young. I just became an adult.
It's like, "Wait, how old are you?"
150 years old.
"Surely not."
Yeah.
At this point, the other blonde just comes and just zooms around behind you. He's like, "So how the fuck does this work? You just get more tails and boom, more magic, or you get more magic and boom, more tails?"
Uh, the latter.
Fucking what? What ladder?
The second one.
Oh, fucking bitchin'.
You want to see something that's even cooler?
Fuck yeah.
When I turn into my fox form.
Yeah, what the fuck? fucking look like Fundy. What the hell? Fundy doesn't get fucking more tails, though. What the hell? And Tubbo's like, but he looks like that. The other is like, but he doesn't get more tails. He didn't even do magic. Also, he never said he was a frickin' kitsune. And the older blonde calls them back. Bundy isn't a kitsune. He's a fox person. Different. Kitsune are native more to these places.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I just stand up on my hind legs and start, like, dancing.
Like what kind of dance? Like,
Just jig. I don't know.
what the fuck?
You can do it.
Oh my.
The children are cracking up. You could see the young tiefling is peeking around and just kind of laughing a little bit too. The fawn-looking young one tugs on your sleeve and goes, "What's your name?" "I'm Tubbo." "That's Tommy," and he points at the blonde.
Hey, I'm Miyako.
He points to the guitar gentleman. "That's Wilbur." Points to the blonde. "That's Phil." Points to the Pog and goes, "That's Techno." "And that's my husband. His name is Rambo." And Tiefling goes, "We're not married."
What is Ramiel doing right now? Sleeping?
Watching them.
I ran over to you and said, "Hey, I think Miyako's being racist."
Possibly.
I thought we were the weird ones. I think those guys are the weird ones, Ramiel.
Seems like it.
Well, we
Ramiel,
going?
Ramiel, go ahead and roll perception for me.
Sicko to just sleeping? We left him.
Ramiel, as you've been observing this group, you kind of realize that every time you glance towards the adult, the older blonde Phil has been kind of side-eyeing you the entire time you've been observing them. He's been kind of observing you back.
Yeah.
Miyako, all of a sudden, Tommy goes, "Hey, you want to see what I can do?" Yeah.
You hear me?
No.
I said, sure.
He kind of closes his eyes and scrunches up his hands a little bit, and then when he opens them, his eyes are glowing, and his blonde hair has turned like a soft goldish color, and two little white wings pop out of his back. And you realize he is not human, but an Asimar.
Oh. Huh.
And Phil behind you goes, "Tommy!" And he goes, "All sorts of Asimars running around here. I can do it." And Phil just kind of just flops his face in his hands and just lets out this huge sigh of exasperation. "Tommy, mate, that doesn't mean you could just pop your wings out whenever you want, mate."
Gotta say, this is the most I've heard you swear in my whole acquaintance with you here. It's hilarious.
And it feels so awkward. I'm like,
Like the third fuck, I'm like dying. Oh my god. Okay.
Look, it's Tommy.
The first one, I was like,
What?
Tommy, okay. It's like his favorite word.
Oh my god.
uh, that's really cool. Like, you want to see some magic?
Fuck yeah.
I can't cast really strong magic here, but I can do. Uh, mm, aha! I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cast this, and it's gonna be a chair. It's about Tommy's size. I'll be like, why don't you go check out the chair?
What do you mean check it out? It's a fucking chair.
Check it out.
He goes to grab it and put weight on it. It's like, and just flops through it onto the ground. Yo, what the fuck? Double has just doubled over and is just cracking up.
It's magic.
A fucking mirage is what it is. And Tova's just like, Tommy, it's an illusion. What I fucking said.
By the way, this is her laugh.
But Tubbo helps Tommy up. Is the guitarist Wilbur moves over towards the cart and gets Techno's attention, and they start talking. And the one known as Rambo creeps out and just kind of hides behind Tommy rather unsuccessfully and starts listening in as Phil heads towards the campfire with a container that he starts heating up by it. So what are you other three doing?
Good morning, Sakotu.
Morning to you, my dear.
Hey, you got some food?
Well, I've got some cockatrice. I don't think you want that, though.
I make the most exaggerated gag noise. No, I'm good.
Yes, that's probably a very wise decision.
Do I hear this?
This is back a little bit.
Oh, okay.
We're going back a little bit.
Alright.
So what are the three of you discussing while Miyako is entertaining the two hooligan children?
So, where next in our journey today?
Traveling. A lot. Maybe battle?
Ooh, I can only hope.
Indeed. Would be quite exciting.
Yes, a good keep on top form.
And what about these people we've encountered? Are you not like insatiably curious about these strange people over there, or is that just me?
Not really.
A little bit curious about the big one. What is it about him that allowed him to see your sneaky little fairy tale?
I don't know, but I didn't like it.
And why? Don't we smell like predators?
Exactly! We need the blood of our enemies.
Aye, we need the blood of our enemies.
Right.
That is a help. I always smell like a soft warm breeze.
I want to go ask him, but I'm so bad at talking to strangers. I'm gonna like put my hands on my head and like look at Miyako really hard.
So at about this point, this other group of people have changed their positions and they've moved around. The various other people in the campsite are also starting to fully finish packing up.
Things are getting ready to be on their way. Shall we do the same?
Ramiel left.
Oh.
He went
He went to the bushes.
Oh.
Alright, what's this place over here? This place over here.
It was just it looks like it's like one of the more permanent structures, just like a tarp over some posts that looks like people can, set out supplies they have to like rearrange or look for things as they're traveling. Most of the rest of the basic tents are things that come down. It's also probably a place where if merchants are traveling together or run into each other here, they'll take stuff out and they'll trade stuff or even sell it to people who are camping here.
Are there any merchants set up here now?
Not that you can see, it looks like pretty much everybody is just basic travelers heading to and from one place.
What is the stone circle?
Stone Circle up, not actually there. It's not actually there, it's not real. Ignore it.
Figments of imagination. Had too much stuff.
It's just a big rock. It's just a boulder that's just sitting there, it's fine. Oh, okay, Miyako went to use the restroom and Romeo is back. Everybody's here. Everybody ready?
Yeah. As I'm gonna be.
Alright. So, you've noticed that everybody's kind of packing up to go, and you guys decided to get ready to pack up and go. As you're getting started to get ready, Phil walks over to you, Romeo. You know that, but the older blonde to you walks over. That's a rather odd looking mark there, mate. How'd you end up getting that?
What mark? Where?
The one on your back.
What does it look like?
Something unstable. Something moving. It's like a nasty curse. Someone rather unpleasant.
How can you see that?
See a lot of things, mate. A lot of things tried to hide. Hide very well for me. Of course, that's more given to my lady than it is to me.
Strap it in.
Well, Ramiel, what's the invisible mark on your back?
What? I've never seen a mark on my back.
Yeah, right. Maybe you instead know about the curse that it came from.
Well, the curse is what I've been trying to solve. It's what we're doing in this next town, or no, Scusanto. That's why we're going there. This curse.
Who'd you get that from, mate?
Do I know who I got it from?
I don't remember if it was revealed that you know who you got it
Oh no, it's almost like we haven't played in months or something.
from. Hang on, did you put it in your journal?
Possibly, I will check.
I remember.
Did
You
he?
do?
I remember you telling us that you thought it was something to do with the god Shar.
Okay, you do know who. Oh, they have hers. They should have. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll. Well, no, this wouldn't have been as long ago for you, so you do remember that you got it from Sean.
I got it from, well, we got a Shar.
One second.
Nothing to see here, folks. It's your average everyday curse from a goddess.
What's it look like? Is it wiggling? I'm like waving my hands by his back and like going, am I touching it?
So-
Touching it now?
He just raises his eyebrow and goes, I wouldn't be casually trying to touch it, right?
Oh, I snatched my hand back.
You wouldn't know how to get rid of it, do you?
Mm. He kind of just spins his hand for you to turn around.
I do so.
Out of safety, give us a squirrel.
I stand next to him and I'm like, like my hands on my chin. Like,
I stand next to her doing the same thing.
So he kind of, he's shorter than you, Ramael. He's about 5'11". So he just kind of holds up a finger. Sakoto and Teyama, you can see that his finger starts glowing. And he doesn't actually touch Ramael, but he kind of taps the air behind his back. Ramael, you get this weird feeling of like you had before back in the other temple when the lady tried to use detect magic on you, and then when you came back to, nobody remembered anything. You feel that start to happening, and everybody else, go ahead and roll perception checks for me, except for Sakoto and Teyama.
why?
Who?
What?
Because
what's that?
Me?
yep, you're the one
Yep.
not near him. You know what? I'm just gonna base.
15.
Alright, so this is the first time all of you get to see this. He described it to you before when he was back in the, or it was described to you rather, because Ramael doesn't remember the events. But you see this black, almost solid looking smoke just emit from his back like a hand reaching out. And it just starts, while the hand's reaching out, the other mist is starting to try and curl over Ramael's body towards his front, and some of it is reaching up towards his head. And the Phil just kind of narrows his eyes, and then they start glowing bright white, and a pair of pitch black wings just burst out of his back. And he taps the hand reaching towards him and says a word in Celestial. Who can understand Celestial?
I'm looking now.
Romeo?
Oh, nope.
Nope.
Yes.
I'm
And Sodian.
primordial. Primordial.
Okay, so just Ramael? Okay, so you hear him say something muffled, but you feel very disconnected and you don't actually catch what the word is, but you can feel the weight of it. Usually when people talk in Celestial or chant things in Celestial, you hear and understand the words, but there's not really like weight behind them. This feels like something just crashed into you. Your knees buckle and you're down on the ground, and the rest of you get to see as that black mist that was reaching out just snaps right back into his back. That's an unpleasant curse, mate. I don't think I'm gonna be much against that.
What happened?
God, he had wings!
What did you say?
I wouldn't worry too much about what I said, man. What you need to be worrying about is that curse on your back.
How do I get rid of it? Do you know anybody who could?
If we were back in my homeland, I could take care of it easy enough. I'm afraid my lady's influence is too far for me to just take it off you myself.
Wasn't that why
Your
we're going
lady.
to that place?
Yeah, are we going to a specific place because of whatever that is?
Yes,
Who's your lady? Is it a god or an actual person?
lady is a goddess. Beautiful as the night sky and as eternal as it is.
Goddess of...
You'll not know her. Around here, you know the Raven Queen. Home, that isn't my lady. But goddesses come in many
Nick?
different forms.
What?
This is OOC, but is it Nick's?
Nope.
I don't know.
I swear you just, like, exclaimed nips. Like,
No.
close, and I was
No.
oh god. Okay.
Out of character nipples.
Ruining moments. Do my job. It's all good.
No, it's spelled NYX.
Greek goddess of the night or darkness. One of the two.
Yeah, that's Nick's.
Also, in a separate, in the Odyssey of Theros, there's a D&D goddess called.
And
But I think that was all like a separate D&D thing. Separate.
In Yu-Gi-Oh, his name was longer. It's up Nixilis.
Oh, Nixilus!
The Torment.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Magic, the Gathering. Don't you know?
Didn't you say Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
I did.
no. Anyway, back on topic.
Back on topic.
Anyway.
You've caught the attention of the various people around, and they're watching with a bit of confusion.
And probably a look of concern.
Yeah, a bit of concern. But for Remael, you caught most of the weight of that word he said, but it didn't go unnoticed to everybody else that there was weight behind whatever he said. It's not something you've seen done before. Not even back at the temple when the high priest or the high priestess have done things, even speaking celestial, you've not felt that weight before. They are very high ranking. So that makes this gentleman kind of rather a bit interesting.
Where are
Sorry.
you heading?
They call me Phil's a craft. I'm taking my family and we're headed to Izuma. We're going back to our homeland.
Well, well met.
Huh?
It's
What
been
was
well
the
met.
word?
Ramael, what'd you say?
What was that word you said, Phil?
Like I said, mate, wouldn't worry too much about it.
I'm quite worried about it.
I doubt I'm much of a concern for you. And it's about this time that you guys notice that the young tiefling boy has come over and he's kind of peeking. Phil's wings are up bigger than he is, and so you're kind of catching a glimpse of this young tiefling boy just kind of peeking at you, Ramael, from between the wings, mostly trying to hide behind him and just look at you.
I wave at him.
He just kind of wiggles his fingers in your direction before tugging on Phil's wings. And he looks up at the young boy. He's like, "Yeah," and he just goes, "Do you hear that?"
My head snaps around, looking.
Hear what? What is he talking about?
And Phil just goes, "What you hearing?" And you see, his ears are kind of long and elf-like, but they're attached to his head in such a way that they can kind of pop up or just droop down. And they're currently perked up and they're kind of twitching a little bit in either direction. And he's like, um, they're big and I think they're coming this way, Phil.
I ready in action to cast Moonbeam.
And
I
Phil,
don't even know if I heard him.
Yeah, you're still over there doing tricks for kids.
no,
Yeah.
no, she kind of stopped because she did see the black smoke. So did everybody around her, and they're kind of watching. And
I would like to turn into my human fish form.
you turn human. And Phil's just going, "From where are you hearing this, mate?" And you watch as the tiefling's ears just kind of droop all the way down, and he goes, and he holds up a finger and just spins it in a circle.
Oh no. We're surrounded. The trap.
That's not good.
I kind of lean into Ramiel and say, "Hey, did you know you have a dude in your back?"
What?
Would not be I. Describe that, but okay.
I'm pretty sure that was the curse,
Why
Taylor.
crawling out of your back? It was
So at this point, Phil just opens his wings really wide and just snaps them forward, and the fire next to you just completely snuffs out. And as he does this, he goes, "Technoblade!" And the large hoglin boy goes, "Huh?"
I lean in. Tayama, I think we're about to see him in action.
I imagined Tayama being whapped in the face by the wings and like flying off over there. But that didn't happen. That was just in my head canon. I draw my sword.
And when I hear that we're surrounded, I cast mage armor. No.
Alright. So, fire's out. Phil has gotten Techno's attention, and he says, "Everybody to the middle!" And as he does, he flies above the fireplace and shoots, just skyrockets up into the air, about 60 feet. And he goes, "I think we're about to find out what those many armed creatures are."
Oh,
Everybody who can't defend themselves in the middle. At that exclamation, Tommy goes, "Yeah, let me get my sword!" And you hear Wilbur go, "Tommy, no!" And Techno just stomps over, grabs the boy, and chucks him over his shoulder before dragging him over to the fire pit. And Wilbur brings Tubbo over and puts him over the no longer lit fire pit. And the various other people who are also here start gathering.
I draw my fan out.
Techno unhooks the horses from his carriage and drags them. Ignore the carriage moving. It's not there. Pulls them in for stomping over and planting himself right here.
I got myself stuck in the carriage.
Meow.
Help!
Oh.
I'm stuck in the carriage.
Alrighty. Now then. Boop. Alright. Where is... Oops.
Can
Can you guys see anything?
Nope.
Oh no, nigh.
One second. Boom, boom, boom. As you guys have been gathering up, you've begun hearing various large and loud noises. You start hearing sounds of many somethings crashing through the forest around you and just hurrying in your general direction. Just turn it off. And we turn off the fog of war. Reveal. The whole darn thing, please. Thank you. Reveal the whole thing.
Oh my god, that was such a cool moment. I'm so mad I can't draw because that was fucking cool.
Fuck yeah.
So, for those of you who have clean eye of sight, you can see them coming. For those of you who don't, you can just hear them. And from above, you hear Phil shout, 8.
Oh god.
8 of them.
And that's where we're ending tonight's session.